Hey guys, today I'd like to talk to you about swim jigs because if you understand how swim jigs came to be, you know a lot more about how to fish them effectively. So, bass fishermen have been using standard jigs for a very long time, and a lot of them noticed, and you've probably noticed, that when you're retrieving your jig to cast it again, it'll get hit by bass, especially if you're ripping it through weeds, grass, or vegetation. So, when this happened often enough, some professional fishermen decided to experiment and they created the swim jig. And as you can see, a swim jig is really just a skirted jig. This one has a weed guard, but it's the shape of that head that's unique. It's hydrodynamic and it creates lift in the front, which allows it to swim if you pulse your rod tip. Now that's a really, really cool design. It also protects your hook from getting snagged because it's going to orient the hook downward where it's not going to catch on things very much at all. I love swim jigs. I think you should love swim jigs too. And if you're not fishing them, you're really missing out because a good swim jig is just murder year round. I'm telling you, murder year round. You've got everything you want in a lure. It's a compact package that you can throw into really thick, nasty stuff. You can rip it out without getting hung up. And because you can use heavy tungsten heads, you can really cast this thing a country mile. It's fantastic. And because you can switch up your colors so easily and you have so many awesome trailers to choose from, it's just an amazingly versatile bait pretty much no matter where you are fishing. Now, let me mention for a minute the trailers that I prefer for my swim jigs. Here I have a Z-Man Curly Tail Grub. I like this in the fall, especially in clear water because this color combination is very natural, like brim or bluegill, and where I fish, the bass feed on them pretty actively. But if it were crawfish that they were feeding on, for instance, I'd throw a black and red swim jig with probably a rage-tail craw trailer in a crawfish color. And that rage-tail craw, when combined with a swim jig, is really an excellent option most of the year because it provides just the right flutter, just the right glide as you're swimming this jig, whether you're working it slowly or working it fast. Now, that doesn't mean you should ignore grubs and all the other options you have, but overall, most anglers, most pro anglers who throw swim jigs are going to be pairing it with something that glides well through the water. So, if you're thinking about swim jigs this fall, or if you've never tried a swim jig, I want to encourage you, and I'd love to hear how it works for you. I'll be talking to you soon. Take care.